this time. Welcome to Angel Radio Tarot. I'm CC, your host. You ever find me on anywhere else besides YouTube? Come back here and let me know. You should only ever find me on the YouTube. Let's give a chance for someone to come in here. Make sure the volume's working. If you're the first one in, let me know if the volume's on. I'll just reset and restart it to see, to do that very thing. Hi, Izzy. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Is the volume on? Great, great. I hope you've had a great day. Hope you've had a fantastic day. I have had, not a minute to myself today. So it's so great to be able to spend it with you and recharge here with you. I am CC with Angel Radio Tarot. Thanks for joining me today. Dog training. We're at the end of a 3-week cycle of dominance training with the Shepherd Husky. And so this was her last big, last big rebellion, just to double down and make sure. So we'll get through this. She's doing that sobbing till you're throwing up kind of tantrums. Except for it's just a mess. So I've been busy. I've had my hands full. Okay. So glad you're here today. If you're new, thank you for joining me. If you'd like to join the chat, go ahead and subscribe, and you can say hello and tell me where you're from, where you're hailing from today. And let's see. We're going to do something special today. We'll do 3 questions. This will be a free reading tonight. We'll do direct first 3 questions. And it'll be 1 per person. So Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Really? Do they still have the Sesame Street Park over there? Never mind. I'm thinking of Philly. Never mind. So yeah, we'll do 3 questions tonight, 1 per person. And I'll cycle through the cards as I'm led to do here. And if you would like to have a personal reading outside of this live reading, you can make a $20 donation to this Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot. And the Venmo lets you put an entry there for your comment. So include your question there. And then I'll send you a YouTube link. Hit me with a YouTube link and tell me you've sent your Venmo, and I'll reply with your personal reading. It'll be at 15 minutes. So the other way to do it is go through and enjoy the live readings and the live, my head's spinning. Enjoy the videos and shorts. And if you're the first commenter on any of them, include your question there, and you'll win the first commenter free read giveaway. It's a 15-minute personal pre-recorded read, and I'll reply again with that YouTube link. I'm only on YouTube. If you see me anywhere else, my face anywhere else, come back here and let me know. I'm not on the Insta, not on the Facebook, none of that. Okay, so let's get started today. Yeah. If you want to know how to help me help the channel, it really comes down to the number of hours that you spend with me in playing in the background while you're enjoying the rest of your life, just listening to what resonates and letting the rest pass by. It really does come down to the hours of playtime before we can get some other memberships happening and really get some detailed services for you. Okay. Ring a ding ding. Let's get started. Oh, well, I picked my clothes to fit my blue eyes. But thank you. Let's get started. I'm going to scroll here and see who's got the first question, and just, let's see. Steelers country. That's right. Mamo Rand, you certainly can ask. If you have joined from the beginning of it, tonight is the first 3 questions. Is a free read tonight, and we'll work our way through here. I'm going to note this down here, so because it's going to be more comments as we go. It'll be 1 question per person tonight. Ooh, let's see. John, feelings for me after what I just told him today. Let's see if I can read my writing in 15 minutes. And Izzy, where did you comment? Yes, sound. Pittsburgh. Zen, thank you for joining. Izzy, your question was, I'm getting there. When will S break no contact M? With M? Can you clarify? Oh, I see. When will Scott break no contact? And Zen, hi, Mir. Thank you for joining. JJ, the athlete searched for me in supporter stands during last November basketball game. Interesting. Did JJ, the athlete, search for me? I'm guessing there's another JJ that's not the athlete. Hi, Catwoman. Thanks for joining. And during last November's basketball game. I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. You look amazing. You smell great from here. I'll do a little rune stones because I just threw them out here, folks, and then we'll jump right into these first 3 questions that have come to us this evening, and those will be the questions I answer tonight. And then after that, if we find that there's more time and more energy happening, we'll go into a general read. So you can take what resonates and then leave what doesn't behind for someone else, and go back to the beginning of the recording so you can find out how to get your own read. So let's do a little general intro read for everyone, and then we'll get into those 3 questions. And hopefully we'll make it through all of our stacks of cards tonight. Last night or night before I had to cut short. So I don't remember what happened, battery or something. But I'm so glad everyone's here. Gosh, what a great crowd coming in. Does Devontae ever think romantically about me since he's been involved with another woman? Well, let's see if perhaps this general read applies to your question. I've already got the first 3 questions for tonight ready and in the dock here, and we will tap into the divine and get those answered. You guys are going to hear a little puppy in the background doing some little bit of separation anxiety training. Whoa. There is a sense of joy and pleasure here this evening. Comfort and joy. We're in a good mood tonight. I certainly am. I'm so glad just to have some chill time with you folks. I am ignoring the puppies just for a little while today. For heaven's sakes, high maintenance today. There is a shield of protection over the mood coming in. I think this is maybe a general read for just coming into this reading, settling in with the group today. There is some conversation about heirlooms and heritage. And I'm going to close the door. There we go. All right. Let's see. So there's some success, some goals being met here, some very specific goals that are being met here. But there is goals because there has been conflict about this, and you had to set goals around these obstacles to get something achieved. It wasn't just like free will and spill into it and free creation. There were some things that thrown up in front of you, and what I'm getting is you have earned a sense of pride. You have certainly earned your sense of accomplishment. So yeah, don't worry about feeling like you're blowing your own horn here if somebody asks you and it comes out sounding like you're bragging. No, it's just for some of you, the first time you're hearing how well this came off, or that this really, like, this is this even me I'm talking about? This sounds like a grown-up. This is sounding suddenly striking you. For some of you, this is suddenly striking you what this was that you, like, there was a line that was a command decision that was made. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, there's the U tree here, the sense of strength, reliability, and trustworthiness. There was a command decision that was made, and you are just feeling really grounded here. There's a sense of harmony and teamwork here. What I'm getting is you made the command decision because someone had to do it, and you had to do it to defend yourself. Like, if nothing, like Lord of the Flies kind of setting. Things were getting out of hand, and if somebody didn't step up and take charge, this whole thing was going to blow up in everybody's face. You were going to get hurt if you didn't take up just to even make it stop so it didn't blow your shit up. And now suddenly this has become a leadership role. Like, you're looking and going, oh my God, I can't believe that worked. And kind of everybody else is like, oh my God, where did this come from? Who is this person? Like, they knew you, but they've never seen this side of you before. And now all of a sudden they're getting, there's challenge, frustration, and psychological blocks here. They're not intimidated, but they're not willing to take the lead either. Like, they're intimidated because you just did something that they would not do. There's a sense of fertility and growth. There's new beginnings here. There's a new, there's so many people involved here, what I'm getting in your background, who I'm speaking to, that didn't know that they were such a follower, or you didn't know they were such a follower. Well, I'm glad it resonates. There's a temptation here to lower the esteem of these people because they are now following you all of a sudden. And you're looking at it like, oh, this is just shallow patroning now. Be careful that you aren't discounting your own value here. These are the same echoes of someone with a low self-esteem. So be mindful. Be mindful you're not gaslighting yourself. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I think you know what I'm saying here. There's a sense of humility here. Humbled. You're being humbled. You're humbled by the gesture, how everything is kind of played out. You're just realizing how important people are seeing your part in this. What's next for me professionally in 2026? Well, you'll have to make a donation to Venmo at $20 to the Venmo at Angel Radio Tarot, and put in there your question and who you're from there, and then I'll be able to send you a link back to it. So let me know you do that. Tonight we've already picked the first 3 questions, and we're going right into them now. So for mirror, John feeling for me after what I just told him today. Let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, great. Hi. There you are. Yes. Yes. Does John have feelings for me after what I just told him today? Have faith. There's Scorpio down, or there is some suppressed Scorpio reflex. I don't know what a natural Scorpio would do in this situation. They may feel like they're under the influence, or you feel like you're under the influence. There's this down-facing starseed here. Someone is suppressing. But the faith card is heading on this. Maybe John still is it's still stewing. It's still kind of what we have here is the overbearing or intrusive, but it's down facing. You've given him enough space. Give him a little bit more. Give him a little bit more. That's where this faith card is coming in here. So be cautious. This too, the under the influence, and you might lose your starseed status if you start drinking over it, if you get anxious trying to wait. But if you can wait for him to come toward you, the heart's right there. The heart's right there. What I'm getting is if you approach him on this, you'll burst the bubble. Okay? Does that make sense to you? You need to let his own love bubble or his own emotion bubble around this gel and form and sort of get life breathed into it before he even knows what it is yet. So, yeah, have some faith and give him some space and let him come to you on this. I hope that helped. I hope that helped. Yeah. If you think that there are feelings there, then it's because there is something, the question is ruminating. So leave it alone. Leave it alone. There's a fail here. Discovery of legal obstruction here. What is this on the tail of it? What is this on the tail of it? I'm obliged to know when. John might have some kind of, oh, it's not a demon. What is this falling out around me? John may have, there's no obligation here, but there might be a sense of failure of having some moral obligation to a Pisces, a dark Pisces that is, he's concerned about, maybe he's concerned about another person that is falling on some kind of moral darkness. He's trying to fix somebody. And he's failing at it. Or he feels like he's failed at it. And he's not obliged to anyone, but there is some kind of like, there's like, you don't leave a puppy in the street to get run over. It's that kind of, there's some kind of, there's something else, someone else here that his senses of obligation are being distracted by. Okay. Ha. 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 You will donate Laughing Disco. Oh, well, hi, Kira, shippers. Of course I'll give you a shout out, sweetie. I don't mind that. I'm glad to have you here. You look amazing. You smell great from here. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Somebody's got a big W. That's a big win with you. You win that shout out. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. Someone is being deceptive here. Someone is faking being a heavenly angel. Don't need a reason to be happy. We got the W. What is this? All right, who's next on a question? Izzy's next up. Izzy's next up. What will Scott break no contact? When will Scott break no contact? Oh. Memphis Dre's. What's up, brother? What's up? Shout out to Cascadia. Arcadia. Shout out to Arcadia. Hi, Zigmeyer. Great to have you here. Great to have everyone here. What a crew! It looks like my uncle's wife and she's an artist. Well, I'm an artist too. Izzy, when will Scott breach? I'm waiting for the cards to pop. Nothing happened there. Let's get the somnambulist out. This is a new deck I've started. We'll try this out and pull the vocabularium up and see what comes through. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi. Yes. What? Let's see. Oh, you laid hands on this here. You lay hands on that deck right there, girl. There you go. When will Scott break no contact? Oh, I'm all excited because everybody's here. 7-7. Look at that. 7 people. 7. Hit that like and subscribe button. Help me grow the channel by subscribing and keeping me playing in the background so we can get as many hours clocked for YouTube. And we can do memberships and we can do all kinds of stuff. Hi, Allison. Hi. Is witchcraft? I don't know that you have to do witchcraft on purpose to have spirits speaking to you or to be aware that there are spirits around you. Did you ever have an invisible friend when you were a child? What? Welcome back. Everybody's just rolling in, rolling in, rolling in. There was a card that flipped out here. Izzy, we're still trying. There's a lot of distraction here. And this might be part of the read here. This question doesn't want to be asked. When will he breach? No, when will Scott breach no contact? There's resistance here to this very thing. I don't think he's ready just yet. Oh, my hands are sore. Went to the gym and did curls. All right. There's a 10 of Swords here. There's a lot of cross energy here, Izzy. There's a lot of, oh, what's that? There's a lot of that right now. Somebody's ready to walk. I get the feeling that there's like, I'm done crying about this. The 9 of Wands inversed. Obstacles, adversity, calamity, and then Temperance is out the window. There's big feels here. Big resistance is what I'm feeling too. I mean, I don't think that the feelings are any less, but there's a big internal struggle right now, and I think maybe this person might be holding back because they don't want to pop on you. They're not feeling like they have command of their feelings to discuss it with you. If guys don't know exactly what they feel about something, if they have any kind of confusion about it, they will take space. And it'll feel like they're ghosting you, but they literally need that space to process, just like an introvert needs more space to process all of the closing out all of the social exchanges that they've had as they've gone through the day. They've got to finish living up the other half of what it is that's vexing them. That's what I'm getting, is they're really, and maybe they're feeling some pressure, or they're feeling like morally they should break the silence. But there's just like big anxiety about saying the wrong thing. So when, you asked when, let's get a time frame. When will your Ten of Swords pop back up? It's inverted now. And then look at that, Temperance is up. You were picking up on some of this anxiety. This isn't your anxiety. Eight of Cups, you know how to be patient with this. If you know that there's something that, you got to give somebody some time, because you got to allow them the space to come to that same conclusion. And that's what was upsetting you. You're afraid that they're going to come to a conclusion that excludes you. They don't even know that. I don't think the timeline even knows that yet. And I'll tell you, if you push, we're back to that same thing. You'll break the bubble. Ten of Cups here, or what's the Eight of Cups? Joy, mildness, timidity, honor, and modesty. This is the mode. If you settle into a mode of modesty and grace for Scott, it'll be much easier for you to exercise this temperance. You're giving him the gift of enough time to process. Yeah. It's like rushing. I don't want to say that Scott is developmentally disabled, but your expectations on how fast somebody processes a complex issue. Your expectation is very different for someone who you already recognize is at a different processing speed and level. Their ability to hold complex issues might take more time, because each of these things seems simple to you, but the complexity of them is what they're working out. It's a maze and a puzzle, and I don't want to fuck it up. This might look like weakness to you. Oh, nice to not have to shout over the vent. This might look like weakness to you, or it's causing some doubt. Ten of Wands. Contraries, difficulties, intrigues. And then the Nine of Wands, again, right next to it. Signifies strength in opposition. If attacked, the person will meet an onslaught boldly, and his build shows that he could be, I would advise to not pressure Scott to break the no contact. If you even suggest it, he's going to see it as a pressure and a disrespect to the boundary. And then that's going to be it. That's going to be the cold water. I'm just reading the other two cards here to confirm. And this whole thing just confirmed what I just said in the previous toss. We just stayed right on. We're asking when. So the timing when is not now. And it's not for you to know. It's not your privilege to know. And if you press to have control over that, to have that knowing, to own that knowing, then your answer is never. That's the answer. If you insist on having the answer, then the answer's no. So, thank you, Zen. Thank you. Thank you for the comment. What was the last card? 7 of Swords. This will close that. This will close that for you, Izzy. It's a card of valor for on the surface 6 are attacking one who has, however, the vantage position on the intellectual plane. You've got a faster processing speed. Right now is when you have the opportunity to show grace. Have you ever dated a Libra? A Libra man is really, they're not insecure. They just need to be continuously reinforced that they're safe. That they're safe, that this is a safe space, that they can relax. I think that they continuously rise to a sense of heightened awareness or hyper vigilance. And that is their natural, it's in their belly. They have a natural, it must be in their willpower chakra. It's in their belly chakra. So that would be a powerlessness that would cause that kind of anxiety. Maybe that's based in, yeah, do they love me? Do they love me? Do they love me? Which would be a question internally of why don't they love me? I don't know why I'm going into this. Maybe this applies to your... And they just need regular, like somebody that needs the hug every day. Somebody that needs that specific recharge. My experience with Libra men, and it just seemed very, very like when you have the opportunity to exercise grace, and it's not somebody's subversive neuroses that's trying to manipulate you. It genuinely is someone who is nervous and really does just need some reassurance or needs some more space, needs the opportunity to know that they can ask for what they need and it will be honored. And it doesn't have to take a war. It doesn't have to take a breakup. It doesn't have to take no contact to get what they need. Gentle moves. Just some gentility. I hope that helped, Izzy. Who's next? So Zen's question. Did JJ the athlete search for me from the supportive stance in the game in November? Let me find that question because there was more to that. Sorry about the wiggling. I'll get there. There we go. Did JJ the athlete search for me in the supporter stands during the last November basketball game? That's a very specific question. We're going to go in for the yes and no's. I'm trying to slip off my shoes. Got hot in here. What are we going to use here? Whoa, no. Did JJ? This is a good one. I don't think the vocabularium would be specific enough. And this one here I just started. The somnambulist. And then we'll throw the house deck on top and see if we can get... Take a beat. It says take a beat. Hold up. We're brewing. Confirmation. We're brewing something here. This is going to be interesting. We're getting some access here. Thank you, Zen. Thank you, Zen, for the question. Bringing us into zone. My dog outside is going ape shit right now. Hypersonic. Hypersonic. There's an energy that has come over the entire building. I can feel it hovering over the top of the house. Like a cloak. There's a cloak. We just got dropped into a different dimensional portal. There is a shell or a reflective sort of house-shaped bubble where we used to be. And we have dropped out the bottom of this space. Come with me now. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to go to the bottom of the list here. There we go. I can feel it. I feel the weight of this. So we're being told to take a beat here. There's some cosmic adjustments being made. All right. All right. Come on. Come on. A little bit of vertigo. You know it as like seasickness, horizon loss. All right, well, we'll take a beat on that deck. We'll take a beat and throw those. We'll put the somnambulous on top. Wow, what's happening here? What's about to come down? What? What? It's like it's tuning into the question, because I get so close to it, and it's like I lose the signal. Take a beat. Okay, well, let's tune in. I'll let the dog do the tuning in. What do we need to do here? We'll get the intuitive oracle deck out here and see if we need to make some adjustments to tune in this answer. So divine wisdom is light of awareness and ancient knowledge are dialing in on their sides. There's some, I'm getting like water wands. We're getting some water wands here. Like it's really trying to tune into there's a very weak signal, a silent whisper. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. I think we're having to wait until we firm up into whatever. Are we in a? This feels like we're astral projecting together to a moment where JJ, it's like we're watching over JJ's shoulder while he's walking up to something during this time frame. The divine alignment is just a little bit off. I feel like I'm watching through JJ's, I'm getting, is that a basketball court? I'm getting like walking through the stands aisle, like coming out the tunnel. Is this you? Were you playing? I can see the rails. And I'm looking from someone that is in the shadow. I'm kind of like the lights coming from the floor. And I'm behind JJ. So it's dark. I don't see. There's like a short cropped dark haircut. empowered decisions here. The empowered decisions is on its head. What's happening here? Empowered decisions. Somebody didn't feel like they were empowered to all right, I'll try to dial into where JJ is focused. What is he looking at? He's faced the floor. He's facing the floor. It feels like we're in the stands. But in the shadow, so far enough back that it's the, I just feel like, we're in the shadow up, like, not the, you know, the nosebleeds are from just like halfway up the stands, you lose the light and the crowd's in the shadow. Where it's just kind of low vibrating here. I don't think there was a vibrational, high vibration was way down. Vibrational alignment is the priority. There was no wisdom of the heart here. If he was searching for you, it was at his detriment. Trust your gut here. There's a breakthrough insight. Sensory awareness. What? Yeah, trust your gut here. I want something more specific. Take me back. I lost the picture. What was that? Energy alignment. Yeah, I lost the picture. Energy alignment just broke. I got pushed back off of the vision. I'm trying to get it back now, but it's more like I'm just remembering what I just saw. It's not like I'm there. As far as whether or not he specifically looked at you, I can't feel what he was feeling. And I'm behind him, so I can't see him other than just he's facing away from me down the bleachers or down the, I'm seeing the rails like if you're in stadium seating. And I'm behind him and he's facing the court. So I don't know. Well, yeah, that was you that I locked onto. That was you that I locked onto. Okay, so, that doesn't answer your question. Let's try to take another step closer to answering your question. Let's get focused on him. I just couldn't get away from the picture of the rails and being kind of back away from the floor into the shadows. Trying to make sense of, there's a star seed here. We've got the help of a star seed. You may be a star seed. Oh, you, what? Izzy? I got the answer from another reader. Oh, cool. Oh, I see. I get it. I get it. Why did the succubus card just pop? And then there's a little bit, there's something else coming, unforthcoming, just interesting. You were looking for him. You were looking for him when you came out the tunnel. No, everything I'm getting, yeah, I can't even approach the vision on the court here. Like, I can't even look from the court. I can't even approach in my mental effort here to participate in the vision. I can't get anywhere near court. I can't even get to court side. What is that? I jumped somewhere within the room. I jumped to another perspective. I don't know. I can't see what he saw. I can't, yeah. There's no deception here. There's not misdirection here. Oh, the Cancer. There's some mirroring here. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything else about this. I don't think that there was any bad feeling here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. I tried. I zeroed in on you, but no, I couldn't see him anywhere. So let's get into a general read and see what else we can find out for the rest of everyone. And if it resonates with you, that's wonderful. And really just in the interest of being fair for everyone that is enjoying the read from here on out. This evening was for the first 3 questions, 1 per person. And I'll do this again. This was fun. But let's get into a general read for everyone else. And just bounce around a little bit, see where the cards take us. And enjoy the rest of the show here. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. I'm so glad you're here. If you are just watching along and you'd like to join the conversation here and visit with a common mind, hit that subscribe button. And folks, make sure you hit that notification button so you can see whenever I'm coming on back on live again, or if I've posted a new video for you. If you're the first to comment in any of my videos or shorts, you'll be the winner of the first comment or free read giveaway. So make sure you include your question, please. And so I can give you a free 15-minute personal pre-recorded read to answer your question, and I'll respond with a link, a YouTube link. You'll never see me anywhere besides YouTube. I'm only on YouTube right here at Angel Radio Tarot. And until the channel is monetized, I will accept donations to the Venmo account at Angel Radio Tarot. How do we get monetized? How do we start memberships? How do we get more specific about just regular piecemeal services, donations, and channel support? It comes down to the number of subscribers. Thank you, every one of you. And then the hours, the number of hours that the channel is playing while you're going on about the rest of your day. There's no trouble here. Nope. It's time to step out and get familiar with what Angel Radio Tarot has for you. There's a Taurus here with a question. Or you might be a Taurus, or we might be dealing with an event that's going to be taking place from April 20th to May 20th. Let's see. Nothing? What is that? That's too much to read. You're being encouraged to have some faith during a power exchange. Someone's bringing their secrets to you. And they're being guided by heavenly angels to trust in you to do this. They're being inspired. Something about you, something about where they are in their faith. They or you are stepping back to clear your head, or to clear their head and get this perspective they've found to come to you. What else we got here? They might be a Pisces, or you're a Pisces. What else do we have here? There is no backup. Some of you are dealing with something here. There's no backup here. There might be like no need for cavalry. You might be getting reassurance that what you're doing is the right direction here. There's no need to call the cavalry. You got this, corny as that is. Let's see. There's some inspired insight here. Yeah, you're on the right track. Whatever you thought was happening, I mean, it's not even about intuition. It's you know, you're able to communicate clearly using your own eyeballs. Use your own discernment in all things. In all things. You come into this world alone, you live through this world in times alone, and you will go out of this world alone. So some of you are being encouraged to gain some perspective on your sense of attachments, your social attachments, your attachments to beings, to material things, to your pets. Who are you without any of these things? Not that you would ever have to go without, but who are you without that one or without those? Who do you know yourself to be? There's going to be some success in this pursuit. A realized honor here. The honor won't come by begging for it either. The honor will come because people will see you become the best version of yourself. The torch, vision, revelation, creativity, technical ability, an increase in all of these things. What I got really was the torch and the vision. The revelation and creativity comes as you grow personally from this development. These things will emanate from you. People will see it. They'll say, "Oh, she's so different," or it's Cece 2.0. No, I just keep growing. Why do you think I would ever just stop growing? Like, you've known me for how long? I'm going to continue to be. But no, there are people that we know in our lives that literally at like 35, they stopped. Or at 25, they just stopped. And they turned into some aged version of that. They turned into their parents, or not even their parents. They stopped living, or they stopped learning. They stopped growing, being active. I don't know. There's some sedentary vibe here coming. Like frozen in time kind of sensation. These are going to be some friends of yours. It's something about the social order here. You're comparing yourself. You're farther along in progression of this. You're starting to compare yourself to people that you used to see as your peers, and you're realizing how uninterested they are in growth. A dawn, a breakthrough, awakening. This is an embarking on an enterprise. You're ready to go, man. You're ready to step on. And there are people that you're going to have to leave behind because they're not interested in growing with you. And they're going to resent you for growing. Why do you have to be all extra? Nah. Dude. People say, why you gotta be so drastic? My best dressed days won't be in a casket. Come on, man. Heirlooms, heritage, and land of birth. You got something to give. You've got something to offer. Maybe these people feel like they don't have anything to offer. There's a wealth and abundance, luck, energy. This coming from foresight and creation. Fertility coming in the form of creating something new. Creating your best version of yourself. And one more here. There's always going to be, this is like, you never imagine, like maybe you've gone your whole life and never had somebody just like trying to fucking hold you down or trying to give you attitude for wanting to better yourself. Maybe you've never felt that before. But honey, this is what it means. When people around you say, fuck those clouds, and you say, fuck what clouds? Oh, you know, everybody's got somebody telling them they can't be doing what they ought to be doing. Or they ought not be doing what they know they should be doing. There's some shit where they're trying to tell you, why are you trying to be better than you are? Somebody always trying to tell you that you ought not think so highly of yourself. There's always going to be that thorn. The whole lesson of this is when you don't move past the, oh, I don't believe them anymore. You just like, you don't even consider that as a rational word of them putting you down or them disbelieving or just hoping or trying to just like fucking rain on your parade. They don't even register. There'll be a point where they don't even register anymore. Like, those aren't even people. Those aren't even people. They're already unalived, man. They're already gone. They're already gone. So grieve them and go get that job. Go get that thing. Go do that thing. Go be awesome. Go be the best fucking version of yourself and fucking rock it. Rock it. Rock it hard. Do it. What do we got here? Allow me to encourage you. I will you to pass freely without harm or fail. That's some fucking witchcraft for you. That I will issue to you. That's right. There's some change, there's some transportation, some transmutation, trust, loyalty that comes from submitting. For some of you, teamwork looks like there's only one leader, and if I don't get to be the leader, I have to be a piece of shit. No, that's not how that works. Some of you are lost in this patriarchal model of you either have to submit or you have to treat everybody else like shit. The way out of this is to refuse to participate and go about your business and enjoy your fucking life. Enjoy your existence. And not at the negligence of someone. You got a mate, someone's got a mate that they're, hail, wrath of nature, uncontrolled forces. Someone is rebelling against a mate. That's not what we're talking about here. If you got a mate that's having to rebel against you, then you, I don't know, you're in the wrong relationship. You're way off track from each other. Way off track from each other. Maybe you're getting what I'm getting. Okay. I'm getting a download here. I'm speaking to my gentleman. My gentleman specifically. Gentlemen. Not my bros. Not the mans. Not my players. Not my hood rats. None of that. Those of you among the dudes that see yourself as a good man, one of the good ones. Waiting for you to come in. There's a message here about heirlooms, heritage, land of birth. Just your legacy. Yeah, birth, fertility, growth, new beginnings. That's more about what are you going to leave this world? What's this world going to remember about you? There's some insight, some communication coming to you. There's an inspiration that's beginning to sprout. Some true vision is coming to you. One of protection, of what you're developing, new ideas about what it means to be a protector, to be a strong shield, to be able to ward off evil. What you're developing new ideas about what it means to be a man. There's been such 2 decades of just such toxic, just inhumane to the men and the women in their lives that they're trying to approach. Have more respect for men in this world, that they have something better to do than to go and gain woman. Have more respect for them. They have other shit in their lives that is more important than finding a mate. That's my gentleman. That's my high vibes I'm talking to. Finding a woman and knocking her up and starting a family is not your priority. You're trying to go out there and be the best version of yourself that you can be. And that might be being a dad or being a husband. But that's not The end game. The end game is always being the best version of you. How else are you going to go to somebody and be something like that? There's a year of prosperity coming forward, fruitful harvest. Let's see. The sun, the success, goals, realized honor. My high vibe gentlemen know that you don't go seeking reward. You go seeking to be a good person. You go seeking to be spiritually grounded. You go seeking being a whole person. You go seeking knowledge. You go seeking personal development. You go seeking stability. And then people come to you, of course, that want to take your stuff because you make it look good. And then, that's where the challenges come in. Thank God you ain't on Instagram, twin. Hi, boys, Vert. I'll have to look you up. Pop a link down here so I can come and find you on Instagram if that's the deal. I got to find out what you're talking about. All right. So there is some of you that are going to get iced out of your I'm sorry, it's the patriarch that makes you guys believe that you have to always be in competition with everyone, including your partner. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You guys want to fight or fuck? There's no in between. There's no humanity for you there. My high vibe gentlemen here know that there's more to a person, and that person is what you're seeking to engage, not the experience. And if you meet someone you're into and there's nobody in there, there's no person behind the experience, then accept the fact that there's no person behind the experience and go find somebody else. Because then it's like they're just with a feral human, which you might as well, I've said this before, you might as well go be with a sheep. Or that's too on the nose. It's tantamount to actualizing animals. You have to bring your head way down to be with somebody like that is on that level. If you're up here, if you're awake, you have to get way down there to have sexual relations with somebody that is low vibing. And then at that point, you are essentially in the mode of schmestiality. That's because there's nothing there. There's nobody behind. There's no light behind the eyes. There's nothing there. This is a challenge, frustration, psychological blocks here. Accepting this is really, really hard, especially if you find somebody attractive. A wild ox, physical strength, speed, untamed potential. But again, blind. It's just brute force. There's no intellect. There's no reason. It's just response. This is why that mode is so undesirable, because it is all reflex. It is all reactiveness. It is all response. There's no measure of engagement. It's all reactive. And you're just dealing with a nerve ending of a person. That's not a personality. That's not a person. That's just a raw nerve. And you can't train that. Stop trying to do that. Gifts, relationships, sacrifice, exchanges, contracts, and partnerships. Stop trying to make that a mate unless you want a pet, and then you're not high vibing anymore. That's exploitation. Wealth, abundance, luck, energy, foresight, fertility, and creation. If you want to make something, go find a whole person to make something with. Don't try to go make something out of a person. And we're back to the sun, success. What was this other one here? Strength, reliability, and trustworthiness. That's what it was. This is what makes the moral compass. What is necessary? I heard somebody say, what's necessary? Like it's all, don't bring me problems, bring me a solution. What's necessary here? What's necessary is compassion. And you can learn what compassionate behaviors are. But unless you suffer or feel suffering, unless you have something, there are a lot of people here that are born with compassion. There are a lot of people that are not born with compassion. Those people have to learn what compassion is through their own suffering. Some people it never takes. Some people through their suffering they grow bitterness. Maybe they had a lack of support. Maybe they had a lack of toolings and how to recover and cope. Maybe they were offered poor coping skills right off the bat. That's most of the time we are taught by people that come a generation ahead of us how to use coping skills that are self-deprecating. All right. I don't want these ones. What are we doing? What are we doing? I want something else. We got to pick up the beat here. I'm Cece. This is Angel Radio Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's wonderful to have your generous company. And the time that you spend here grows the channel. And then that in turn allows me to offer you other services and tricks and games and whatnot. And of course, what flips over here, badinage. We're in the vocabularium. That's right, folks. We're enjoying the vocabularium. It is generously provided by the 11th edition of the Webster Merriam Collegiate Dictionary. I go through regularly and pick out words that I don't use in conversation or have used in conversation with not the greatest confidence. Things that I've read that I haven't had the opportunity to use and I'm not real clear on exactly what it means. And there's a lot of fun stuff in here. So badinage, playful repertoire and banter. We are having some repertoire. We're having some fun. We're going to have some fun here. There is a word for a Paleolithic crow that was about, was a Paleolithic, basically it was a freaking dragon. It was a Paleolithic bird about the size of a chicken and colored like a crow with like it had skin of reptile scales on it along with some feathers, something like that. Anyway, basically it's a pet dragon, and there's a word in the dictionary somewhere in the T's or the S's, I can't remember. I ran into it and I wrote it down and I lost the card. But basically at some point there was such thing as a freaking pet dragon, a flying lizard. A beam off to the side of a ship or a plane, especially at a right angle into the middle of the ship's plane. I don't know where that would play in. For some of you, that's significant. Abseil to, from the French, down, off, rope, to repel. So some of you are jumping to the side of a problem, or some of you are jumping to the side of something in play. You might be trying to play something off. Someone's trying to play something off as a joke. Hi, Spiritual Awakening. Thank you for joining me. Hi. What do we have here? Someone's jumping to the side of a prank. Oh, what was that? That was it. Yeah. Baba, a rich cake soaked in rum and sugar syrup. Baba rum. Adumbrate. To foreshadow vaguely, or to suggest, disclose, or outline partially, foreshadowing or obscuring. So what do we have coming in? This, and then of course a blank card. Oh man, this, what's that bumper sticker? Eschew obfuscation. Yes. That love walked us right into a great big freaking spiritual card joke. That was a cosmic joke the cards just played on us. So this spirit is recognizing and enjoying our playtime here. How funny. How funny. What else do you have for us? Who's here for us? Someone specific is here for us. I don't really jump in on a bandwagon of spirit. I tap into downloads, the radio. I tune into Angel Radio, and I get the downloads, and I get to listen in on conversations, and I get to give liturgy on topics that are inspired. And sometimes I will feel a direct response, just like I'm getting a call out on, just like I'm getting a call out like you folks are doing here, from the cards, through the cards. And I know that to be someone on the other side of the veil, or in the heavenly spirits, or in the dream realm, someone astral projecting somewhere on the ephemeral is reaching back directly with a call out, looking for a shout out from me. So hey, we see you, spirit. We're glad to have you here. What else do you have for us? Are you trying to reach someone that's here with us now? That's what I suspect. What do we have? Just a trifle. Any game involving rolling balls into scoring area, short literature or musical piece in light style, a bagatelle. Just spirit wants to visit. There's somebody here that just wants, would you like to play a game? It's just there's a child spirit here. There's a child here. There's a child here that's passed over that is wanting to say hello and play a game with us. How fun. I don't feel any dismay. I don't feel any goriness here. There's no despair. It's just, there's a little kid on the other side. There's a little kid spirit, maybe an imp, or I get maybe if this is a child demon that is just really quite innocent. Bagasse. Plant residue left after a product has been extracted, fruit and juice. Ectoplasm. Yeah, plant residue left after a product has been extracted, the fruit and the juice. But I'm getting like okra. Yeah, that's ectoplasm. Have you ever cut raw okra? The way it goes slimy when you cook it? Thank you for the hearts. That's very applicable, and if they're playing a word game with us already, this could get very fun. Addend, there's more, a number to be added to another. There's more. You got more jokes. There's more jokes here. This is gonna be all right. Give us one more, okay? Give us one more. They just want to come and play. They want somebody to come and keep them company. What? Bafflegab, gobbledygook. Absolve. Someone setting free from an obligation or consequences of guilt, remit a sin or obstruction. I think our friend is ready to let us go about our business now. They're going to float off to somewhere else. Acrolect, language, a variety of speech, community closest to the standard of or prestige of a language. So what with the local dialect that is acceptable, socially acceptable way of talking. Oh no, you didn't interrupt anything. You were told they're asking if they hope they didn't interrupt. They're asking, they're being very polite right now. They're gonna go now. They've had some fun. They hope they didn't interrupt. They've had a good time. It was lovely meeting all of us. Acidophilic, staining readily or with acid stains, preferring or thriving in a relatively acid environment. Oh, our spirit can't stay long. They're kind of like, this is hard for them to do to reach this far. Thank you. Thank you so much for oh gosh, tell everyone wherever you are that we say hello. And maybe some of you are wanting to reach out in your dream to cross over. If there's anyone that welcomes that, I don't feel any negativity at all. Allow me to be a bridge through that. Hi, Rose Petal. If anyone's curious if the spirit should be like welcomed, if there's any malice, I don't feel any. I would normally, yes, they're advising that this is not something you would normally do. But if anyone wants to play word games next time they're throwing tarot, that apparently is about as innocuous in that realm as it is in ours. Coffee shop word games. A member of the French secular clergy in major or minor orders used as a title is abbé. So some of our practitioners are being invited. Acritarch, any of a group of a fossil of one-celled marine planktonic organism of uncertain various early known eukaryotes. And then also abelian, mathematician, the mathematician Niels Abel, and it's also abelian is to be communicative. So yeah, if you were high vibing, if you were kind of nerdy, if you enjoy the word games, I was getting I can see it. I can't bring the word forward if you're pushing the picture in my face. Yes, I can see it. But well, then show me the lid because you have my words blocked. Scrabble. If you enjoy Scrabble, you would have a lovely time playing with this entity. And there are others of this nerdy variety, and they're trying to build a crossover club. Oh, how fun! Yes! Oh, we can't call it bridge. Oh, yes, yes. They're enjoying very much the fact that that's what came over. They thought that was funny too. I think they made that joke before. All right. Adamante. What was that? There was one last word that comes through, and then we'll get off of this. They can't stay long. This is an acidic environment, or this is too alkaline for them. Yes, this is too crossing over to communicate like this is like sunburned. Adumbrate, foreshadow vaguely to suggest the disclosure or the outline partial. So that's only part of the problem for them. It's like an allergy reaction. It becomes an atmospheric influence for them. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. How do you handle that? How does anybody need to handle anything specific? You came here, okay. If you create a gentle, inviting, wholesome space, it's a wholesome space. A wholesome thought. Hi, Ivy, or Eve 2020. Hi, welcome. Yeah, that's how we'll get these spirits to join us and play. Yeah, okay. It really is about the wholesomeness of the engagement. Because any residue of negativity is evidence of that negative spirit being present, and they cannot enter your realm. They cannot enter your the vessel of this experience here. They can't enter the communication of your attention. If there is a whisper of any negativity around, because there's, what is it? It's like the demons are like rats. Yeah, yeah, it is incongruous. It cannot be in the presence of negativity at all. It's like acid sunshine. Oh. Hydrogen? What was this? Yeah, like the stuff the Nuremberg was, or the incredibly caustic. Just incredibly caustic. Well, that was fun. That was interesting. Speaking with the other side and playing games with spirits. That's not too bad. It doesn't feel like it could. That felt like seance. We didn't have to call it down, but that was definitely a communicative engagement, both directions. With and see, now what I'm getting now is they're still on the other side observing our engagement, hear us talking about them, but they don't have the strength or the resistance to withhold our environment to continue engaging. But now they're watching us like we're on the TV screen for them. They're watching us, enjoying us together. Hi. I can't get any more feedback from them other than their awareness and attention on us right now. So there's no crossover. It's like the bridge between us evaporated, and we can see each other signaling, but we can't hear. And so eventually those two things will drift apart. Yeah, like some kind of aligning of tides. Yeah, it feels tidal. Feels tidal. Tidal. Calibrated. They're still trying to test how far. It's like if you had telekinesis, not telekinesis, or if you had some kind of radio communication with someone that was on outer space in the space station, and when they came within orbit, you could communicate just like they were just above you, and you could probably use ham radio. That kind of that proximity, and then as they drift around through orbit, your signal fades off, and you continue testing to see just how what you know you're not going to be able to, and it's just going to get worse, but you're just trying for one more word. So yeah, I'm still listening to static. We just tuned into a fantastic frequency there with Angel Radio Tarot. I'm your host, CC. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. All right, well, I think that was what the read was for, was to bring us into frequency, and we did that. We accomplished that and had some good fun. Opened a bridge, talked with the other side for a while. Just a good game, good fun, very intelligent, welcoming, and have invited you to, access and welcome that play back and forth. Yeah, thank you for joining me. Well, join me again next time. Make sure you hit that notification button so you'll know next time when I've come up with live or a new video or a short. And hit that subscribe button, the notification button, that like button. Have you used the hype feature below the comments there? Also, just leave me playing in the background and enjoy the read as we go along each day. Well, take care. You look amazing. You smell great from here. Go have a good rest of your day. I'm CC. Thank you for joining Angel Radio Tarot.